Place 300. Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst latest exam questions and answers set 3. You plan to create Power BI dataset to analyze attendance at a school. Data will come from two separate views named View 1 and View 2 in an Azure SQL database. View 1 contains the columns shown in the following table. View 2 contains the columns shown in the following table. The views can be related based on the class ID column. Class ID is the unique identifier for the specified class, period, teacher, and school year. For example, the same class can be taught by the same teacher during two different periods, but the class will have a different class ID. You need to design a star schema data model by using the data in both views. The solution must facilitate the following analysis: the count of classes that occur by period, the count of students in attendance by period, by day, the average number of students attending a class each month. In which table should you include the teacher first name and period number fields? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Teacher first name, teacher fact. Period number, attendance fact. You have the Power BI model shown in the following exhibit. There are 4 departments in the Departments table. You need to ensure that users can see the data of their respective department only. What should you do? A. Create a slicer that filters departments based on department ID. B. Create a row-level security, RLS, role for each department, and then define the membership of the role. C. Create a department ID parameter to filter the departments table. D. To the confidential data table, add a calculated measure that uses the CURRENTGROUP DAX function.
Correct answer, B.
In Power BI Desktop, you are building a sales report that contains 2 tables. Both tables have row-level security, RLS, configured. You need to create a relationship between the tables. The solution must ensure that bidirectional cross-filtering honors the RLS settings. What should you do? A. Create an inactive relationship between the tables and select Apply Security Filter in both directions. B. Create an active relationship between the tables and select Apply Security Filter in both directions. C. Create an inactive relationship between the tables and select Assume Referential Integrity. D. Create an active relationship between the tables and select Assume Referential Integrity.
Correct answer, B.
You have a column named Units in Stock as shown in the following exhibit. Units in stock has 75 non-null values, of which 51 are unique. Use the drop-down menus to select the answer choice that completes each statement based on the information presented in the graphic. When a table visual is created in a report and units LN stock is added to the values, there will be 75 rows in the table. Changing the summarize by setting of the units LN stock column. And then adding the column to a table visual will reduce the number of rows in the table visual. You have a Power BI report. You have the following tables. You have the following DAX measure. Accounts. Equals calculate, DISTINCTCOUNT, balances, account ID, LASTDATE, date. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A table visual that displays the date hierarchy at the year level and the accounts measure will show the total number of accounts that were live throughout the year. Statement no, a table visual that displays the date hierarchy at the month level and the accounts measure will show the total number of accounts that were live throughout the month. Statement no, a table visual that displays the date hierarchy at the day level and the accounts measure will show the total number of accounts that were live that day. Statement yes. You have the tables shown in the following table. The impressions table contains approximately 30 million records per month. You need to create an ad analytics system to meet the following requirements. Present ad impression counts for the day, campaign, and site _name. The analytics for the last year are required. Minimize the data model size. Which 2 actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Create one-to-many relationships between the tables. B. Group the impressions query in Power Query by add_id, site_name, and impression_date. Aggregate by using the count rows function. C. Create a calculated table that contains add_id, site_name, and impression_date. D. Create a calculated measure that aggregates by using the COUNTROWS function.
Correct answer, A and B.
You are creating a Microsoft Power BI data model that has the tables shown in the following table. The products table is related to the product category table through the product category ID column. Each product has one product category. You need to ensure that you can analyze sales by product category. How should you configure the relationship from product category to products? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Cardinality. One-to-many. Cross-filter direction. Single. You import a Power BI dataset that contains the following tables. Date product inventory. The product inventory table contains 25 million rows. A sample of the data is shown in the following table. The product inventory table relates to the date table by using the date key column. The product inventory table relates to the product table by using the product key column. You need to reduce the size of the data model without losing information. What should you do? A. Change summarization for date key to don't summarize. B. Remove the relationship between date and product inventory. C. Change the data type of unit cost to integer. D. Remove movement date.
Correct answer, A.
You are enhancing a Power BI model that has DAX calculations. You need to create a measure that returns the year-to-date total sales from the same date of the previous calendar year. Which DAX functions should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Sales PYTD equals VAR start year equals STARTOFYEAR, PREVIOUSYEAR, calendar, DOTL, VAR end date equals LASTOATE, sales, date, 365 return calculate, sales, SA1S, sum, calendar, DOTL, start year, end date, SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR. You are modeling data by using Microsoft Power BI. Part of the data model is a large Microsoft SQL Server table named Order that has more than 100 million records. During the development process, you need to import a sample of the data from the order table. Solution. You add a report level filter that filters based on the order date. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No.
Correct answer, B.
You have a Power BI report that imports a date table and a sales table from an Azure SQL database data source. The sales table has the following date foreign keys: due date, order date, delivery date. You need to support the analysis of sales over time based on all the date foreign keys. Solution. For each date foreign key, you add inactive relationships between the sales table and the date table. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No.
Correct answer, B.
You have a Power BI report that imports a date table and a sales table from an Azure SQL database data source. The sales table has the following date foreign keys: due date, order date, delivery date. You need to support the analysis of sales over time based on all the date foreign keys. Solution. From Power Query Editor, you rename the date query as due date. You reference the due date query twice to make the queries for order date and delivery date. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No.
Correct answer, B.
You have a Power BI report that imports a date table and a sales table from an Azure SQL database data source. The sales table has the following date foreign keys: due date, order date, delivery date. You need to support the analysis of sales over time based on all the date foreign keys. Solution. From the Fields pane, you rename the date table as due date. You use a DAX expression to create order date and delivery date as calculated tables. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No.
Correct answer, A.
You receive revenue data that must be included in Microsoft Power BI reports. You preview the data from a Microsoft Excel source in Power Query as shown in the following exhibit. You plan to create several visuals from the data, including a visual that shows revenue split by year and product. You need to transform the data to ensure that you can build the visuals. The solution must ensure that the columns are named appropriately for the data that they contain. Which 3 actions should you perform in sequence? To answer, move the appropriate actions from the list of actions to the answer area and arrange them in the correct order. Select and place. Actions. Select department and product and unpivot other columns. Rename the attribute column to revenue and the value column to year. Select use first row as headers. You have a Power BI report named Orders that supports the following analysis. Total sales over time. The count of orders over time. New and repeat customer counts. The data model size is nearing the limit for a dataset in shared capacity. The model view for the dataset is shown in the following exhibit. The data view for the orders table is shown in the following exhibit. The orders table relates to the customers table by using the customer ID column. The orders table relates to the date table by using the order date column. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Summarizing orders by the customer LD, order LD, and order date columns will reduce the model size while still supporting the current analysis. Statement no, removing the customer LD column from orders will reduce the model size while still supporting the current analysis. Statement no, removing the unit price and discount columns from orders will reduce the model size while still supporting the current analysis. Statement yes. You are building a financial report by using Power BI. You have a table named Financials that contains a column named Date and a column named Sales. You need to create a measure that calculates the relative change in sales as compared to the previous quarter. How should you complete the measure? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Sales QOQ% equals if, is filtered, financials, date, error, on. VAR previous underscore quarter equals calculate, sum, financials, sales, DATEADD, financials, date, -1, quarter. Return divide, sum, financials, sales, previous underscore quarter. You are creating a Power BI model and report. You have a single table in a data model named Product. Product contains the following fields. ID name color category total sales. You need to create a calculated table that shows only the top 8 products based on the highest value in total sales. How should you complete the DAX expression? To answer, drag the appropriate values to the correct targets. Each value may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Top 8 products equals TOPN, 8, product, total sales, DESC. You are creating a sales report in Power BI for the Northwest Region sales territory of your company. Data will come from a view in a Microsoft SQL Server database. A sample of the data is shown in the following table. The report will facilitate the following analysis. The count of orders and the sum of total sales by order date. The count of customers who placed an order. The average quantity per order. You need to reduce data refresh times and report query times. Which 2 actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Set the data type for sales order number to decimal number. B. Remove the customer key and product key columns. C. Remove the tax ant and freight columns. D. Filter the data to only the Northwest Region sales territory.
Correct answer, C and D.
You are creating a Power BI model that contains a table named Store. Store contains the following fields. You plan to create a map visual that will show store locations and provide the ability to drill down from country to state, province to city. What should you do to ensure that the locations are mapped properly? A. Change the data type of city, state, province, and country. B. Set summarization for city, state, province, and country to don't summarize. C. Set the data category of city, state, province, and country. D. Create a calculated column that concatenates the values in city, state, province, and country.
Correct answer, C.
You are building a data model for a Power BI report. You have data formatted as shown in the following table. You need to create a clustered bar chart as shown in the following exhibit. What should you do? A. From Power Query Editor, split the machine user column by using a delimiter. B. From Power Query Editor, create a column that contains the last 3 digits of the machine user column. C. In a DAX function, create 2 calculated columns named machine and user by using the substitute function. D. In a DAX function, create 2 measures named machine and user by using the substitute function.
Correct answer, A.